Welcome to the definitive guide to planning your Walt Disney World vacation. I am Chriselle from planningthemagic.net, and this is a video about Skyscanner, a tool that I really, really love and I use a lot. I just wanted to share it with you guys because it's really useful for planning and figuring out what works for you as far as budget. And planning the magic is all about budget, Disney on a budget. So that's why it's important. So before we do that, let's make sure to connect. Planning the Magic on Facebook, facebook.com/planning the magic, planning the magic on Twitter, planning magic 2. Definitely want to stay connected. If you don't want to type that in, you can just go to the website. All the way at the bottom of each and every page will be those links that you can just like it right on the page, which is nice. Or you can follow some of like my tweets and stuff like that. But anyway, so we're talking about Skyscanner today. You've come to transportation, and you are deciding whether maybe to drive or fly, or maybe you're trying to figure out dates. There's numerous things that you can do with the tools that I'm going to show you, but let's get started in this for the sake of time. So skyscanner.com, as it sounds, is as it is. Skyscanner.com, no spaces. What's cool about this is that you can look at flights from all companies and all websites. It's an aggregator, but you can look at it in like a month span. So for example, here I have New York to Orlando, August, the entire month, returning August, the entire month for travelers. So before we hit search flights, just want to mention I live in New Jersey. When I hit New York, it's for New York, New York, and it considers both New Jersey airports as well as both New York City airports, which is super important when trying to find the cheapest flight, because airport does matter. And then I don't really mess with the airports in Florida too much, only because I'm a DVC member. I usually stay on site, and I use Disney's Magical Express, which is their airport transportation, free airport transportation if you're staying on site. So I like to land at MCO every time. So let's go, and we'll click flights, and it'll start aggregating and bringing down those times. All right. Perfect. Okay. So couple things here. Green is obviously the cheapest. Red is the most expensive. Um, a couple things that you want to consider. You want to consider return flights as well as departing flights. So I wouldn't pick, even though, let's say August 10th is super cheap as far as departing. It's actually the cheapest. I wouldn't pick it because a week later, which is August 17th, is the most expensive coming back. So, from what I see here, I'm going to go with August 10th. This is a really easy way to pick your dates, which I love because sometimes I have like a time period and not a specific date. And you might too if it's August, your kids are off from school all month. And maybe that's August is the month where you'll occur the right amount of PTO hours, but you just don't know what day. So this is a super helpful tool. So departing August 2nd, coming back the 9th, you're going to go down right here, click show flights. And this takes about a minute or so. So Skyscanner is not the only website that does this. There's also another website. There's other websites, but I think that Skyscanner is the prettiest and most user friendly. Google actually does this as well, but it's not as user friendly, even though it pulls down great information. And then also you can use sites like Kayak, which is also an aggregator. Airfare Watchdog can shoot you over emails when the flights are getting cheap, stuff like that. Okay, so we see here the cheapest one. Thank God it's a nonstop. $785 total, $197 each. If you hit select, it's going to show you where that's coming from. You hit select, it'll take you to that page. And then hopefully it'll put it in your cart. Delta has been giving me some issues lately, so we might need another example, but let's see what this does. So Delta is not working well, but in this case, you would just put in the same information and it should spit out the same thing. And then let's say you're doing another website. I want to show you something. This JetBlue flight is coming down from all these websites for different prices. Look, from $275 up to $197. If you hit select, it'll take you to that website. This is justfly.com, which is similar to like a Priceline, a Travelocity, cheap flights, but not an aggregator. Um, and it'll put it right into your cart so you can just check out, which is really nice. And you don't have to waste too much time besides what we're waiting here. All right, so here it is. It's in our cart. All we gotta do is put in passenger names, check out. Do we want, flight insurance, all the usual stuff. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Make sure to keep reading on. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit the contact form on the upper right hand side of our website. Like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff so you can keep up to date with all the neatest tricks and tips for going to Disney on a budget. Thanks so much again, and have a good